Joining us now is a man who's going to be a first-round draft pick here in just a few weeks of the NFL. He came onto the national scene after the Combine, where he checked in at 6'2", 238 pounds. That big fat fuck can't move, can he?
No.
Well, he ran a 4.39 and had a 41-inch vertical. A guy who'd go down as one of the greatest bulldogs of all time if he didn't hurt his pec against Florida early into his senior season. Ladies and gentlemen, some team's going to be lucky to have him. Two-time national champion, Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. Thank you for joining us. Sorry we were supposed to get you on here a few moments ago. Thank you for taking time out of your life. First thing I got to ask you is, did you see the video of your teammates filming you run on NFL Network? Obviously you did. And what was it like to see their reaction be so happy for you when you were actually faster than what the TV even said? What was your first thought when you saw your boys lose their mind for you?
Man, my first thought was, man, that's amazing. You know, the guys are in the locker room just sitting there watching us run, me and Beefy, after practice, you know, because those Tuesdays at Georgia are crazy. So, man, just to see those guys excited for me after all those weeks of me getting excited for them, you know, it was great.
Tuesdays? What happens on Tuesdays?
Bloody Tuesdays at Georgia. You know, the work get put in the bucket. The sweat get put in the bucket on Tuesdays. You know, that's the secret around Georgia. That's the key to the secret sauce.
Is that running? We're racing each other? We're cardio? What is it? Everything?
No, this ain't running, no racing. It's physical. It's what physical football, this build toughness, character, this mold men.
Bloody Tuesday down there in Athens.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
They're never going to lose. Go ahead, AJ.
So I want to ask again, so the Bloody Tuesday, has that happened in season? Is that a known thing that's been going on for a long time? And how do you think playing for Kirby Smart and all those that coaching staff down there has kind of, you know, prepared you for this next level?
Man, I think they prepared me so well from the practice, the prep, from meetings, just talking to NFL coaches and getting on the board, talking to them, and just the way that we do things at Georgia. And again, Bloody Tuesdays is one of the things that goes on during the season. It could be week 15 and we about to kick off the national championship. We're going to go out there full pads and we're going to go hit each other on a Tuesday just to get loose, make sure everybody checked in, make sure things are still solid. And, you know, that's the best way to practice.
We heard a pregame speech from Kirby Smart. Now, it was being alluded to as if it was the national championship pregame speech. Somebody came out and said this is not from the national championship. So that was from another game. I couldn't even imagine what the national championship one was like. But what do people not know about Kirby, you think, publicly, that you guys know? And why do you think the reign of dominance will be able to continue with Kirby Smart?
Just when he talks to you, he's real. He's open. From the team meetings, just the skull sessions that we go through, and the connection piece is real. You know, you feel connected to, from not only your coach, but your whole coaching staff, all 10 members on the staff, and we all try to pull in the same direction, and that's for the G.
Hey, that for the G is pretty cool.
Love that.
That'd be a cool thing. For the G is that's a pretty sweet thing. Just winning natties, you know. And then Pollock is saying right in Saban's face after the national championship. Kirby's the daddy of college football right now. And you see Saban's face like kind of get pissed off, like almost start to twitch. But that's something that I think should be talked about, because for, you know, college going into the NFL, there's obviously a big leap and a change. And I think it's all football IQ because people have more time to study the football. You played in the SEC. Obviously, the SEC is fucking incredible. That's where the best players in the country normally are playing at almost every single position in the NFL. What do you think you have to develop and work on to continue to master the craft of rushing a passer in the next league, at the men's league? Because obviously, 4.39,
damn,
240, you got power, you got speed. 41.5-inch vertical is, you're incredibly explosive. Yeah, like you have all the pieces. What do you think it is that you're going to take leaps and bounds with whenever you make it into the NFL, Nolan?
Really just the top of my rush and my rush angles, just talking with D-line coaches, just working not only on the top of my rush, but knowing my counter moves, my inside move, my dips. And just like you did your little slap dip, and then you got to counter with your inside spin, you always got to throw your primary and have a secondary. And, you know, usually in the NFL, we play with big dancing bears. So your first move not going to work.
Oh.
So you're 100% gonna have to go on your second move.
Yeah, and it's all a chess game, they say. I mean, it's all a setup for the next one. I got a chance to watch Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney do their thing. And watching them work, it's a master at their craft. Can't wait to see what you become, Nolan. Pac-Man Jones has a question for you.
Hey, Nolan, I'm a big fan, first of all. I had a chance, our friend Jamal Adai was down there, and I heard a lot about you. I called him today and asked him, I said, man, can you give me two things? He said that you remind him of a Geno Atkins mixed with an AD.
Damn.
My question to you, do you prefer hand in the dirt or you prefer standing up?
Man, it really doesn't matter. I like to stand up just to see everything. You know, guys like you come out the backfield and just moving and doing all type of things. And just, I like to stand up though, 100%.
Okay, so the NFL is kind of moving that way with the pass rusher. Whenever you think about Jamal Adai was safety for West Virginia. He was a senior when I was a freshman, so we crossed paths. He was coaching in Minnesota, then he was coaching at Georgia. Yeah. Now he's coaching at Miami, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're very happy for him. Obviously, you guys winning a natty whenever he was a part of the defense was a massive piece of it. So many dogs down there. So many, like, what was it, like 7? I think 6 got drafted last year. Who knows how many? How is that in practice? Is it like patience? How is the competitive? Like, how do you figure out when your time's going to be? Because you started games your freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Obviously, you're able to find the field. But what is it like down there in practice with all the different talent that is literally walking around everywhere on that campus?
All I have to say is my freshman year stepping on campus, every person that played on our offensive line went either in the first or second round on our offensive line. And that was my freshman year. Andrew Thomas, I never seen Andrew Thomas lose a rep at Georgia. I sat behind Azeez Ojulari for 2 years and just watched him work and how he worked his craft every day. And that's another thing that probably Pac-Man will tell you, guys in the league work their craft every day and they work it constantly till you can't do it wrong. Just practice is fun. It's, people talk about a lot of 5 stars, but now it's getting to a lot of NFL talent became off that field. And just the way Coach Smart runs it, again, Bloody Tuesdays, we're going to go be aggressive and we're going to play the just SEC football.
Just so many dogs down there.
Yeah, ridiculous.
You were what, a mathematics major as well?
Yes, sir.
What does that even mean? You're going to be a mathematist out there, dude? A scientist? You're going to figure out the theory? Like, that's a very difficult, isn't it? That's a very difficult major, I'd assume?
I thought it wasn't. I thought it was a lot easier. I wanted to be an engineer at first. And so I wanted to figure out if I could backdoor my way into civil engineering because a lot of mathematics majors and civil engineers do a lot of the same things and talking to some people. So they said with my mathematics degree, I could backdoor into civil engineering.
I feel like you're going to be able to backdoor now, pal. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be able to figure it out. But I think any team that's hearing that, it's like, we got a fucking civil engineer brain.
That's incredibly smart.
That's literally all these things. Are you having a lot of convos with a lot of teams?
Yes, sir. So I'm having a lot of meetings, a lot of top 30 visits. And it's getting fun talking to them. They style of defense and just, either they played similar to Georgia or they played somewhat like Georgia.
So you already got a head start. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Nolan, obviously I assume you know how athletic and freakish you are when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I don't know what you were kind of thinking before the combine in terms of where you'd go in the draft. But now after that, have you had a moment to sit back and reflect on what you did at the combine and shit has obviously changed, quite a bit for you in the last month and a half or so?
No, not really. I haven't sat back and thought about it. I just keep working out. It's so many meetings with NFL teams, so I haven't had a time to just sit back and think about it. So I really just try to work out every day and just keep going. No, I say if I sit back and think on it, it'll probably be 2 or 4 years from now.
Yeah, maybe 15 too when you get done with your career. I think the reason why the Combine was such a big thing is because the most watched games as of late you were not playing in because you had a torn pec. How is the tit? Are we feeling healthy? Or do teams know you all the way back?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy, both sides, taking care of myself. That's why I work out every day to try to be big.
All right, so what happened there? Did it full surgery, and then you've already gone for the full through the full recovery, and then while you were doing that, you knew you were just going to be preparing for the combine and for pro days? How did it all kind of mesh together? Because obviously you were in peak shape at the combine like everybody else was, and it didn't feel like the pec held you back at all? Are we wrong in reading that, or what?
Yeah, I was kind of at peak shape, but my pec really wasn't holding me back at all. I should be getting cleared here in the next 2 weeks. So I just can't wait. Yeah, I'm happy I got my titty back. I told him I looked like a girl with a bad boob job. One breast was bigger than the other, and I was lopsided.
Oh, Biggie Smalls ass over there. Yeah, I love that. AJ tore his pec as well. I'm sure he has some opinions about it all. Go ahead on, AJ.
I want to ask you about your pass rushing. Obviously, you seem like you're already a student of the game, and like everything you're doing, you're already thinking it through. Do you work with anybody like outside of the program over there there's all these like pass rush specialists that a lot of NFL guys continue to work with in the offseason?
Yeah, I used to work with Chuck. So Chuck Norris, Chuck Smith, not Chuck Norris.
Holy shit. Could you imagine you work with Chuck Norris? This guy's going top 10. Oh my God.
I used to work with Chuck Smith, and he's now at the Ravens. So, a lot of those pass rushing specialty coaches are dying down because a lot of guys like me say we work with them, and a lot of NFL teams picking them up and taking them from us. So I got to find me a new guy. I have a guy with me at my agency at Athletes First that I love using. He's really good. So just try to get with a coach every now and then just to always work my hands though.
Last question. Robert Mathis has the grid. Robert Mathis works with a lot of people up here. Cold, though. I mean, it is
chilly.
It is cold up here. Last question for you, Connor. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nolan, you've mentioned all the guys from Georgia that have been drafted in the first, second round over these past few years. Have you reached out to them kind of just to pick their brains about this whole process and what it's like being in the NFL compared to Georgia? And is there anything kind of unexpected that they've told you?
Really, the only thing that they said is time management. Just worry about your time and just getting your workouts in, and kind of like try to live like the same schedule you lived at Georgia, just because Coach Smart gave us the recipe to success for life. A lot of guys like Nakobe, I talk to almost every day. I see him in our weight room every day. He's back. He's about to finish engineering school. And then, yeah, me and Nakobe, we was in engineering school together. So I'm coming back to finish mine too. I'm not gonna let him be the only one.
Oh, so you're gonna be an engineer too, a registered graduate, and a fucking engineer, like building buildings and stuff. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Wow. Hey, man.
And be behind.
We appreciate that you exist. It's not, 6'2", 240, 439, 41-inch vertical. Going to have a civil engineering degree and going to go in the first round in a few weeks. And also doing business, shout out, with 6 Star Nutrition, who in the month of April, every single product purchased, they will donate 10 meals for those in need. Hey. So you're making the world a better place alongside 6 Star Nutrition. We love everything about you, man. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Yes, sir, man. 6 Star Nutrition, I reached out because I was one of those kids that at free lunch, and, food insecurities have soared through COVID-19 and the pandemic. Over 53 million people have, either had some food insecurities or something happened to them. And, I just wanted to bring liveliness to the subject.
Hell yeah. You did a great. 6starpro.com. You can help Nolan Smith, help those who are in need with 6 Star Nutrition. Hey, seems like you're well on your way to having it all figured out. The sheer amount that you talked about Kirby Smart being who Kirby Smart is, I think is a testament to Kirby, but also to that entire Georgia program. You were a massive piece of building something special down there. I hope you enjoy that for the rest of your life, and I hope you enjoy this draft process. We appreciate the hell out of you, mathematist.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for having me on here, man. Y'all take care.
Cheers, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
AJ, how's that fair? You know what I mean? Like if we're talking bingo.
That's first thing I was going to say. How's that fair? The guy's bigger, faster, can bend, more explosive, and he's going to be an engineer.
And he's smarter. Yeah, he's smarter
than everybody.
That's a lot of things that just kind of go into one person. And his backdrop was so cool.
So sick.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Very cool.